the idea of subtracting, but I don't know how.
You say you don't know how, but you do it every day.
In sleeping, for instance.
In deep sleep, you do it.
But I won't do anything.
Well, the world dissolves, the body dissolves, the mind dissolves every day. You can notice that, but you don't. Between thought A and thought B, there is a gap. Because if there was no gap between thought A and thought B, we would not call them thought A and thought B. We would call them thought A. That gap is an absence of thought. Between memory A and memory B, there is a gap. That's an absence of memory. Between a bodily sensation and another bodily sensation, there is a gap. Because if there was no gap between the sensation of your left knee and your right shoulder, there would be one sensation. There wouldn't be a left knee and a right shoulder. So although you say, I don't know how, it's something that you are living 24/7. So it's sort of a pedagogical tool to talk about subtraction. You need to notice that the reality of a sensation or the reality of a perception does not belong with the form. It belongs to the light that shines onto it. Like when you look at the moonlight, the light of the moon doesn't belong to the moon, it belongs to the sun that shines onto it. So the world, body, mind experiences, meaning the impression of me, because the impression of me is made out of me, the body, meaning me as bodily sensations, me as images and thoughts, me as an image of a me, a memory of a me, a memory of me, the woman, me, the child, whatever. And perceptions, we perceive ourselves, we perceive this body, and we say, oh, well, this is me. So the thoughts, the bodily sensation, and the world perceptions, their reality resides beyond them. Their reality resides in the gap. Like the reality of the world, body, mind is not at the world, body, mind level, at dimension. It is at the deep sleep dimension. Because when the world disappears and the body disappears and the mind disappears, you do not in deep sleep. So your reality lies beyond the world, body, mind. That hears these words right now, that perceives this perception, lies beyond the perception. Because when you close your eyes, that perception is gone, but you are not gone. You tell yourself, yes, it's true, I am not gone, but I am not gone because my body is still here. There might be that thought, well, it's true, I close my eyes, and that perception is gone, so I'm not the perception, but I'm still this because my body is here. Well, then go into deep sleep, and your body is gone. Yeah? But then, when you wake up from deep sleep, you might say, well, it's true that my body was gone, but my body was not really gone because I was still in bed. Yes. This is why there are limits to how far you can go with these metaphors. Because what I'm pointing at is not something that can be demonstrated logically. I can only, through the logic, through reasoning, take you to the edge of your, comment tu dis, confidence, of your assurance, I can take you to the edge of your assurance, of your confidence, so that your confidence can dissolve. But through the mind arguments, or through reasoning arguments, you cannot experience that. You cannot experience the self. You cannot experience the divine through mind means. The pointers only take you to the edge, and then grace takes you over the edge. But in the Zen tradition, there is a koan that goes, what does your face look like before you were born? Because obviously this body is born. Yes, supposedly the me is born. But what did your face look like before you were born? You can only use metaphors and hints, but it's only your love for truth and your complete determination, your utter dedication that will bring you to the revelation. You must be clear about what you love and where you bank, where you put your money. You have to put your money where your mouth is.
Well, I guess that loving the truth is just kind of being willing to just be present and vulnerable, and just be willing to do that, allow that, which means that the various kinds of resistances just sort of dissipate on their own.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
To be
That's good.
willing to completely die.
Yeah. my heart responds to this love of truth every time you say it. And then I'm just kind of left looking at this stupid situation of all this resistance, which is this kind of mental habit.
There are dream resistances.
Yeah.
There is no reality to resistance.
Right, right,
Consciousness is complete openness.
right.
When you look at the weather and the wind blows this way and that way, you might say, oh, the wind that's blowing this way is resisting blowing that way.
So what I'm seeing is I'm not doing anything. I'm just observing. There's an observance, and in the observance, all these seeming calls of doing are moot. They don't mean anything. I'm just observing.
Yes.
Amazing.
In observing is an open willingness, disponibility, willingness, and an offering of all of oneself.
I see that the notion of, like, quote, relaxing, which implies that you're doing something, is an illusion. It's just sort of being takes care of itself, so to speak.
Well, you can start with the relaxing, and then you can die in that relaxation.
Okay, I got you. I think that's,
So that there is the relaxer dies in the relaxation, dissolves in the relaxation.
Sure.
So it's a relaxing, and relaxing. You relax the relaxer, you relax whatever impression, you just relax it. And if relaxing needs to relax, you relax relaxing. If it needs to die, you let it die. Okay?